And I'm going to talk about how HIV and AIDS affect my community. Kids of all ages, regardless whether they're babies or adults, get affected. Whether it's by having unprotected sex or being born with it. You have to test yourself every few months so that way it doesn't happen to you and it doesn't affect your family. Just because everybody looks good and everything seems all pretty, be careful. You may think it's great having unprotected sex, but at the end, you're the one who's gonna suffer, no one else, because at the end, you're gonna be sick. Please try to be protective, and don't forget, use protection while having sex.
AIDS in my community. I haven't really seen the effects out loud, but I just know that it's bad and stuff, and that you shouldn't have sex unprotected. And you should use a condom all the time, regardless of what they say to you. Baby, I love you, all that stuff. Don't listen to it. Use a condom, and that's pretty much it.
My name is Saran Crippen, and I'm going to be talking about AIDS and what I think about AIDS in my community. Anybody could be infected with AIDS. It doesn't discriminate, and people should know whether they have it or not, so they can protect themselves and do something about it. If you have it, it's not the end of the world. You know, there's alternatives. You can focus on your health, and if you have a partner and you're in a sexual relation with that partner, you should always use a condom, because you don't know if you have it or if they have it. You should always just know what it is and know how to protect yourself. And yeah, that's all.
The question is, how does HIV affect the community? It affects my community. I live in the Bronx. It affects the community because it's a disease, it's incurable, kills family members, kids without mothers or fathers or uncles, cousins. And it's something that should be, I guess, advocated for safe sex, especially in teens and young adults. And because that's
HIV/AIDS epidemic affects my borough the most, from the Bronx. With that being said, 5 years ago, before becoming sexually active, I told my boyfriend to get tested for HIV, because as individuals, we have to be mindful of our kingdoms and the horses and men we allow in them. So get tested, and also your partner.
The first time I found out about HIV was when I was 14 years of age. I grew up with 5 friends, and we were always together. We had a friend, his name was Louis, and this kid was, it was a little weird, it was a little different, he was a little shy, sort of cold. But we never thought anything about him. As the years went by, as we grew up, I remember I was like 16, 17. Then he started changing. He started becoming different, more like kind of feminine. So we kind of realized that he was actually he was actually gay. So he was still our friend. We didn't thought nothing about it until we found out something about him, and that it was that he had caught HIV. And the person that he got HIV from was from an AIDS counselor in Uptown. I was in shock. I didn't know how to react. I didn't know what to say to him. So that was the first time that I actually got interacted with HIV. Throughout the years, then I found out that HIV was not just for the gay population, but also for heterosexual people, and that you can also get HIV from transfusion. And fortunately, also my teacher in high school, I went to Grover Cleveland High School, he got HIV, he got AIDS from a transfusion, and he died. He's one of those people that died from transfusion. So HIV is nothing. It's nothing that is that is weird to me. It's actually something that is very close to my heart. My best friend, like I said, one of them, he died out of HIV, out of AIDS. And my teacher, one of my best teachers that I can remember, he died out of HIV and AIDS. So that to me is something serious. I test myself every year for it, regardless. Because as long as you are active sexually, there's always a chance, even with your wife, because you don't know what can happen. And that's it.
And AIDS affects my community because a lot of people walk around and they look normal and you have no idea that they have AIDS. And you can look at a person and assume that because they look nice or they're pretty, that they're healthy, but they're not. AIDS is a disease, very contagious, and a lot of young people don't realize that sex is a feeling that lasts for a couple of minutes, but then AIDS lasts a lifetime. So I just really feel that a lot of people need to start using protection if they are going to have sex, and they need to take their lives more seriously so they can prevent it from spreading.